Hey everybody, trying out some huckleberry jam. If you remember last time we were on a road trip, or at least that Don was with us on a road trip, she bought some jam and then had to throw it away at customs. But yeah, that was good jam. Tasted like blueberry crossed with raspberry. Anyways, we're driving to Yosemite, seeing lots of cows hanging out in these green fields. Looks nice, you know, for a cow at least. And yeah, we're getting into some hilly areas here as we drive closer to Yosemite. You know, we weren't super close. We're yeah, seeing some waterfalls and whitewater river stuff. You know, it's early spring. So yeah, we're just driving into Yosemite now. I think last time we drove in, we came in from a different entrance, so this is kind of like, you know, new views. Although, you know, it's Yosemite, it's giant cliffs, and it's cool. Seeing all these waterfalls. That might be the Yosemite waterfall. So yeah, stopped in at the village store and bought another sticker for my water bottle. And we're walking over to the visitor center. There's a group of deer just hanging out next to this pathway. That's neat. Kind of lost track of everybody here, so I'm kind of like, where is everyone? But yeah, I think it's like a free day as well as a kid ranger day or something. So they got this whole thing going on. I'm kind of worried that the park is going to be ultra busy. So we did try to get here as early as we could. It's probably like 9:30 or 10ish. I think we were like 2 hours away, so it is what it is. Anyways, we're splitting up into two groups now. You know, those guys want to go for like a 6 to 8 hour hike according to the paper manual thing. And we went and we ate a hot dog, and we're trying to do an easier hike. And we're a little bit worried about rain, because in the forecast it did say that it was going to rain. So yeah, we took a shuttle across the park, and we're going along, I think it's called something like Mist Trail to the Verna Falls, which it's like 2 to 4 hours rated on the paper. And yeah, lots of rocks covered in moss here. And this pathway is paved, so I'm like, you know, this won't be a hard hike, right? How long could it be? And yeah, I'm really digging all these big rocks and all this green moss. So there's gonna be a lot of videos of moss here for you guys to have a look at. So we reached the bridge, which is kind of like the halfway point of this hike. It only took us about 40 or 50 minutes. So, we're like, yeah. And this is pretty ritzy. They had a sink that you could fill up your water bottle here, as well as a washroom. I'm like, damn. You know, fancy. But at this point, the pavement ends and it's just dirt. A dirt path. So, like, it's probably gonna get a little bit more hardcore now, right? It's not gonna be as many families. But that was kind of just not true. Still lots of families. But even better moss going on up here. That's nice. Look at that. Nice moss. Oh yeah, touching it? That's good moss feel right there. Very soft. And yeah, we're close to Verna Falls. Probably saw it for a split second there. So yeah, as we get close to Verna Falls, we're walking up these stone stairways. It's all wet because, you know, the mist from the falls. And everybody's bunching up here, trying to not get their shoes wet in the puddles. So it's kind of taking forever to get through this path. I get it, it's probably slippery. I'm pretty much soaked at this point, but I don't want to put on my other jacket because it'd be nice to have a warm jacket when we get out of the mist zone. And honestly, at this point I was like, alright, let's turn back, we've seen the falls. But I guess we want to go to the top of the falls, so we keep going. And, yeah, kind of a neat staircase over here. It's even more slippery. Lots of neat green slimes. And then we reach pretty much the top of the falls here. I just thought it was cool to see that flowering tree and the vista in the background. Yeah, that's right at the edge. There's a little railing here, so you can go right up next to it. That's pretty cool. There's a guy illegally flying a drone up here, but the falls are so loud you kinda can't hear it, so whatever. Up here is where we saw a bunch of Stellar's jays. And yeah, they're kinda cool. Sort of like a blue jay, but you know, they look different. And okay, so at this point we're like, we could go back down the way we came, but we'd get wet again, and maybe it'd be slippery. So instead we decided to go up to Clark Point, which on the map that we were looking at, it just looked like a straight enough path. Not too long of a detour, but yeah, it should be faster if we just go up this way, because we won't be slipping around. But actually, there's a bunch of switchbacks, so it makes the trail way longer. And well, whoops, I guess. So yeah, we're just going up to Clark Point, and it's a nice hike, anyways. You know, we do get to see an extra waterfall. It started to rain a bit. It must be like 2-ish now, when the weather was forecasted to rain. Maybe it's later than 2, actually, I don't know. But yeah, we're looking down at Verna Falls, and we keep going. How far could Clark Point be, am I right? It is at least a nice looking hike. You know, look back every now and again, see that dope waterfall, look out into the vista, see some nice flowering trees and moss. Alright, here we are at Clark Point. This is actually the map that I took a screenshot of for that, the map that didn't show us all the switchbacks. And from here on, it's all downhill, except this is still a bit of a tricky path to go on. Well, it's not too bad, you know, just some fallen trees, gotta climb over, go under. Oh, you know, it's kind of weird. It's just like, oh man, I guess no one's had time to clean up these trails. Come across another fallen tree. I wonder what happened, you know? Like, maybe one of the other trees knocked that tree down, you know? And still lots of snow over here. Makes it kind of hard, because you gotta, like, go down a steep thing. And it's all wet, so my feet are kind of soaked again. But yeah, taking another break, eat some jerky. classic snowed over path. And the wet rock above us. I think that was Yosemite Falls off in the distance, not really sure. So when I look at the timestamps for the videos that I've been taking, it took us about 3 hours to hike up to the top of Verna Falls. And then it took us another 3 hours to go back to the bus station. Because I guess, you know, the detour up to Clark Point wasn't worth it time-wise. But at least we didn't get soaked by the mist again. Anyways, we're back at the bridge. Took a pee. And we keep on going. I think at this point, we're like, oh man, we're gonna get back to the bus and it'll be like 4:50-ish. And the shuttle is gonna make us, well, it'll take us back and we'll be late for our meetup time of 5 when we wanted to meet up back at the van. But hopefully we won't be too late. And yeah, we're pretty much back to the main road again. Crossing over the bridge right next to the bus stop. And there's a bunch of people here already, so we're figuring we won't have to wait too long for the bus. But we waited a full 20 minutes, which is how long the bus is supposed to come in between each stop. And when the bus guy got there, he's like, there's a major traffic jam on the roads, so it would be faster to walk. Like, it's gonna take us at least an hour by the shuttle bus. And I don't know, part of me feels like we got a little bit bamboozled. Like maybe the bus could have taken us to where the traffic began and then we could have started walking from there. But it took us an hour to walk anyways. So it's hard to say what would have been faster. But yeah, you know, it just kind of sucks after like 6 hours of walking on the hike. It's like, oh, now another hour walk along the road inside of the valley. I mean, if we didn't have to, or like if we weren't worried about meeting up at 5, which we're way beyond that now, it wouldn't be as bad, but we're like, oh man, we're gonna be late, they're gonna be mad at us. And there's no cell reception, so, or it's very spotty at least. Like, I don't know what's going on with the rest of the crew, really. Maybe they're at the van eating hot dogs. And, yeah, now we hit the parking lot on the opposite side. And we can't walk along the road that we drove in on. So I'm a little bit like, are we even in the right area? But yes, eventually we do see the van in the distance. And most of the people are here. I think somebody's at the restaurant or something. Some news from the other crew. Tyler, he slipped on their hike and he's got a big gash in his knee. It's not too bad, mostly just stings. But, you know, it's how it goes sometimes. And yeah, apparently they did their hike in like 4 hours and have been waiting like 2 hours for us. And yeah, driving out of Yosemite now. It's a nice sunset going on here. And, you know, getting kind of late. It's dark for most of the drive back. We're just headed over to Alex's now. And we stopped at McDonald's, but I took an extra minute to throw out garbage and then they closed the door. And I'm like, just wanted to buy some chicken nuggets. But we went through the drive-thru anyway, so I got those chicken nuggies. Now we're back at Alex's house. We're all just chilling out. Cleared out the van a little bit. And when I opened up the cooler, it smelled disgusting. But after it aired out for a little bit, it didn't smell too bad. Not really sure what that gross stank was from. But yeah, Just hung out for a bit, then went to sleep.